Oh, I'm happy and I'm sad. I'm back in my library amongst all my books and good, fun things. Always makes me happy to be out here. But I'm also sad because we're about to read the last chapter because of Winn-Dixie, chapter 26. See, that's the worst thing about reading books, guys. There's very few, if any, bad things about reading books. Reading a book is always good. But coming to that last chapter, oh, you just wish the book would continue. It's because of Winn-Dixie, written by Kate DeMillo, published by Candlewick Press. All right, chapter 26. Outside, the rain had stopped and the clouds had gone away, and the sky was so clear it seemed like I could see every star ever made. I walked all the way back to Gloria Dump's yard. I walked back there and I looked up at her mistake tree. The bottles were quiet. There wasn't a breeze, so they were just hanging there. I looked at the tree and then I looked up at the sky. Mama, I said, just like she was standing right beside me, I know 10 things about you. And that's not enough. That's not near enough, but Daddy is going to tell me more. I know he will, now that he knows you're not coming back. He misses you, and I miss you. But my heart doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels all the way full up. I'll still think about you, I promise, but probably not as much as I did this summer. That's what I said that night underneath Gloria Dump's mistake tree. And after I was done saying it, I stood there staring up at the sky, looking at the constellation and planets, and then I remembered my own tree, the one Gloria had helped me plant. I hadn't looked at it for a long time. I went crawling around on my hands and knees searching for it, and when I found it, I was surprised at how much it had grown. It was still small, and it still looked more like a plant than a tree, but the leaves and the branches felt real strong and good and right. And I was down there on my knees when I heard a voice say, "Are you praying?" I looked up. It was Dunlap. "No," I said, "I'm not praying, I'm thinking." He crossed his arms and looked down at me. "What about?" he asked. "All kinds of things," he said. "I'm sorry that I called you and Stevie bald-headed babies." "Oh, that's all right," he said. "Glory told me you came out here and to come and get you." "I told you she wasn't a witch." "I know it," he said. "I knew it all along. I was just teasing you." "Oh," I said. I looked at him close. It was hard to see him in the dark yard. "Ain't you ever going to stand up?" he said. "Yeah," I said, and then he surprised me. He did something I never in a million years thought a Dewberry boy would do. He held out his hand and helped me up, and I took it. I let him pull me to my feet. "I'll race you back to the house," Dunlap said, and he started to run. "Okay," I shouted, "but I'm warning you, I'm fast." We ran, and I beat him. I touched the corner of Gloria Dump's house right before he did. "You shouldn't be running in the dark," said Amanda. She was standing on the porch looking up at us. "You could trip over something." "Oh, Amanda," said Dunlap, and he shook his head. "Oh, Amanda," I said too, and then I remembered Carson, and I felt bad for her. I went up on the porch and took hold of her hand and pulled on her. "Come on," I said. "Let's go inside." "India Opal," Daddy said when me and Amanda and Dunlap walked in. "Are you here to sing some songs with us?" "Yes, sir," I said, "only I don't know what that many songs." "We'll teach you," he said. He smiled at me real big. It was a good thing to see. "That's right," said Glory Dump. "We will." Sweetie Pie was still sitting on her lap, but her eyes were closed. "Care for a litmus lozenge?" said Franny, and passed me the bowl. "Thank you," I told her. I took a litmus lozenge and unwrapped it and put it in my mouth. "You want a pickle?" Otis asked, holding up his big jar. "No, thank you," I said. "Not right now." Winn-Dixie came out from underneath Gloria Dump's chair. He sat down next to me and leaned into me the same as I was leaning into my daddy. And Amanda stood right there beside me, and when I looked over at her, she didn't look pinch-faced at all to me. Dunlap cracked his knuckles and said, "Well, are we going to sing or what?" "Yeah," Stevie echoed. "Are we going to sing or what?" "Let's sing," said Sweetie Pie, opening her eyes and sitting up straight. "Let's sing for the dog." Otis laughed and strummed his guitar, and the flavor of the litmus lozenge opened in my mouth like a flower blooming, all sweet and sad. And then Gloria and Stevie and Otis and Miss Franny and Dunlap and Amanda and Sweetie Pie and my daddy all started to sing, and I listened careful so I could learn it right. The end. Good book, but again, always sad to finish a good book. There is a sequel to this, by the way. Just saying, it's probably in the library, and you can check out the sequel. Um, okay, I'm a librarian. What do you want from me? Because of Winn-Dixie, written by Kate DeMillo, published by Candlewick Press, and that is the end of that book for us. All right, I'm probably well past the point that you need any more read-alouds because things are going to last only so long, but I might start another book because, hey, what does it hurt to have another book that you can listen to, right? We'll see. That was our book. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Yes, I don't have to say it, but I will. Do your homework.